TNT. Hi, boys and girls. Isn't that nice? Well, in any event, it is nice that on this TNT we'll have with us Hillbilly Jim, as you outlined earlier. And Hillbilly Jim, one of the premier athletes in the World Wrestling Federation, also a most unusual piece on Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Indeed, and anything to do with Piper has got to be unusual.
Yes, would you please welcome our very first guest? You were great on it, Alfred. Please welcome our very first guest, the one and only Hillbilly Jim. I know your ribs are a little sore, justifiably, because it took a... Well, we're going to take a look, as a matter of fact, here in a few minutes at what happened to Hillbilly Jim. First of all, I must say that you have proven yourself, as we will see in a few minutes, to be, I think, one of the great human beings in the world today, notwithstanding your wrestling skills. And I know we're anxiously awaiting your return to the squared circle. It appears to have been going to be postponed a little bit, I think, though, as a result of what we saw in that Manager of the Year contest. In any event, for the benefit of those of you who have not seen it, we're going to take you now to the Manager of the Year contest, a special awards presentation. Me and Gene Okerlund attempting to present the award for the Manager of the Year, and you'll see that Bobby the Brain Heenan is up to his usual chicanery, unfortunately, for Hillbilly Jim. Let's take you now to the tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to have a very special presentation. May I give to you the one and only Mean Gene Okerlund.
All right. I thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, the moment that the entire world has been waiting for. The announcement of the Manager of the Year. This year, the response has been far beyond what anybody had anticipated. Latest computations indicate in excess of 1 million votes, and for that, we thank you. Thank you very much. Bobby Heenan, I don't know.
A moment. I'm going to explain to you what is taking place and what I'm doing here. Now, through my great friends, Fred Blassie, Luscious Johnny Valiant, the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, Mr. Fuji, by proxy vote, they have pledged me their votes. Now, how many votes do I have just for me?
I can't believe that.
All right, very strong in the running, Bobby Heenan, at 179,321.
Woo! Okay, now you're a smart guy. You add up Blassie's, Jimmy Hart's, Mr. Fuji's, and Luscious Johnny Valiant's.
Okay, you carry the 2. Carry 6. You come back.
Do you think he's really going to trust Okerlund's addition?
I think he's got it worked out already, is what I think. I think this man's definitely Manager of the Year. I think you're right. Let's see what he says.
Bobby Heenan, that comes out to 519,711 votes.
Say it again.
519,711 votes.
Over 500,000 votes.
That's
I am
incredible.
now the 1985 Manager of the Year.
Wait a minute, hold on, yes.
Mr. Okerlund, how many votes do I have, sir?
Well, Hillbilly Jim, you have 316,428 votes. That's not enough, though, to beat.
How many does the captain have?
Well, Captain Lou Albano, very, very close to you at 314,166.
Well, I'm giving him my votes.
You're gonna what?
I'm giving the captain my vote.
You're giving the captain your votes. That means Captain Lou Albano is Manager of the Year.
I can't believe it. Lou Albano got it. Oh, no. Whoa. Oh, no. He got him. I can't believe that. He just... Oh, no. Bundy, stud in there. Oh, they took him right down. Oh, no, the trophy.
And Heenan broke the trophy. Oh!
Bundy all over him.
Bundy with a big splash on Hillbilly Jim, and John Studd's holding his legs, McMahon.
Albano is out. Hillbilly Jim. What's going on
don't matter. The damage has been done. The damage is done.
Oh, no. Hillbilly Jim magnanimously giving his votes to Captain Louis Albano, who in fact is Manager of the Year. Make no mistake about that. But Bobby Heenan would, look at that. He still has the base of that trophy that says Manager of the Year.
Well, I'll tell you what.
What's he saying?
Mine! All mine!
He says it's mine, all mine. Bobby Heenan's the brain and the Manager of the Year. And I got to admit, I think he is pulling off something like this, McMahon.
Oh, his ribs are, listen, they have to be really, really bad. Let's take you back to what we saw. Back to what we saw.
Here you see Heenan telling King Kong Bundy, setting him up, give it to him, says Bobby Heenan. John Studd's got the Hillbilly's legs hooked, and here's 500 plus pounds crashing down on Hillbilly Jim.
Incredible. We'll be back as we continue. Stay with us. We'll have a further word on this latest melee and Manager of the Year.
All right, back now with Hillbilly Jim, and man, oh man, after that, what was going on in your mind when that was happening, Hillbilly?
Mr. McMahon, I just couldn't believe it. You know, where I come from, we believe in honesty and fairness, and what they were doing there just wasn't fair with Bobby Heenan taking those votes like that. And I just did what I thought was fair. I just gave the captain my votes, and he won.
He sure did. But
he won, and you see what happened there. Those guys, he hit the captain in the head, and then I went after him, and then next thing I know, there was that big Bundy and that giant Stud in there, and the next thing you know, my ribs were bruised so bad I thought they were broke at first, and the next day after that, I couldn't hardly get out of bed, and couldn't hardly breathe, and you know, I'm just coming off a knee surgery, and thank God they didn't break my ribs, and I'm just very lucky just to be here today.
Oh, let me ask you this, if I can interrupt. You suffered that real bad knee injury. You're still not 100%, although we're certainly hopeful of you returning. But after that, I mean, when you consider what happened to your knee, and you consider how you were set up for this damage to your ribs and perhaps more damage to your knee, hopefully not, there are many fans that feel that maybe you might be thinking about not returning to professional wrestling, that maybe justifiably that it's just too rough. It's just not for you. How do you respond to that?
Well, sir, it's mighty rough, and sometimes I thought it might be more than I'd gamble for there. But I'll tell you this right now: a winner never quits, and a quitter never wins. And where I come from, it's a hard life, and just to be able to make it every day, you got to be a winner. So I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to keep on trying. It might take me a little bit longer, a little bit of a setback here, but I'm going to do the best I can.
All right, stay with us. We'll come right back, and we'll talk a little bit more. Hillbilly Jim, we'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us. Our next guest has a great attitude. As a matter of fact, never say die type of an attitude. When you see him in the squared circle, you can't help but be impressed. Would you please welcome King Tonga? Yes, another noble, a king, and a lord.
Yes, a king is much better than a lord.
Yes, well, in any event, in Tonga, tell us a little something about what your native folks think about your wrestling career in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, as you know, I'm from a little island called Tonga, and the last Polynesian island, they still have a king and a queen back home. And there's lots of people out here from Tonga in the San Francisco, Los Angeles, down there, and of course Hawaii. And since I started in wrestling, my wrestling career, they support me a lot, and I'm very happy about it.
Not only of your native citizens supported you, but indeed people all over the entire world are getting behind you. Would you like to say a little something in your native language to say hello to your...
Oh, thank you very much. Hufanga fa da pu kau le ato I me vale ko tonga ri fita ko mo toa me tonga o ko le mai ke fofunga I ka kai ko toa tonga I sport going. O fatu.
All right, Alfred, you going to translate? I don't think so. No. In any event, we're going to take you now to some videotape footage, and you will see King Tonga in action, and I think you will be equally impressed as Lord Alfred Hayes is. So let's take you now to the videotape footage, and we'll see King Tonga in action.
Weighing 260 pounds, King Tonga.
King Tonga in the squared circle, making his very first appearance to face Gino Carbello. And Tonga comes to this squared circle with all kinds of credentials, and Carbello wants to back him off just a bit.
He's got quite a reputation as King Tonga, and I think the people are going to be quite amazed at this man because he is famous worldwide. He's got quite a, well, he's made quite a reputation for himself. He's just a phenomenal wrestler.
Uses his feet almost as well as he uses his hands.
Yes.
Maybe we'll see a scientific matchup here. Quick go behind by Tonga. Little reversal by Carbello. Oh, nice maneuver on there on the part up on his man all over him. King Tonga. Shooting a half, driving over. Tonga barefooted. For some, that's an advantage. They keep their balance a little bit more, but for others, it can really turn into a disadvantage.
That's true. I know for myself, for me, one time my plane lost my luggage and I had to wrestle barefooted, and for me it was almost an impossibility. I was slip and slide all over the place. Yet the late great Argentino Rocca, he once said that he, with his shoes on, he absolutely could not wrestle. He'd never the balance, so everybody's different. King Tonga over here, he's barefooted, and I guess, you know, like many islanders or whatever, they feel better barefooted. I think it's, for me, I think it's harder.
Tonga slapping the trapezius area, really applying more pressure. By the way, last week, of course, is attempting to fill the shoes of Bruno Sammartino, and is certainly failing in that regard. Jesse the Body Ventura. Mr. Ventura was making light of the wedding that is going to take place in a couple of weeks. The wedding of Uncle Elmer. Uncle Elmer's getting married. Finally.
I heard that.
Yeah.
That's so, huh?
Yeah.
Uncle Elmer's getting married.
Fine-looking little lady.
Yeah, well, good luck to him. He's a fine gentleman.
Look at Tonga. Chopping away.
Oh,
Wow.
what a chop.
Tonga with Carbello. Has him in the air. Slams him down to the canvas. Oh, my goodness, what a headbutt. And another chop. Carbello to the rope. Tonga with another chop, sidestepping. Oh, my. That was a very nice kick. As a matter of fact, that's enough, I believe, yes.
That was enough. As a matter of fact, that'd be enough for anyone.
Wow, that
receive a kick like that on the butt of the jaw, up that high.
Precision, too, right on the... Because Carbello was moving back at the same time, caught him right on the point of the jaw.
What are your ambitions, let me ask you, in the World Wrestling Federation? You have your sights set on any particular title, or are you just climbing the ladder of success step by step? What are your ambitions in the WWF?
Well, you know, I'm looking forward, I'm stepping by step right now, but I'm looking forward to be on top of the WWF one day. And, you know, as myself, I've been looking at the TV and also the Titan the program, you know, and I'm looking forward to make it.
What about tag team action? You also compete in tag team action from time to time, do you not?
Yes, sir. You know, tag team, I've been wrestled tag team before, and to me, you know, as a tag team, I will go for it. Anything.
Either way, we wish you all the best of luck in the world in the WWF.
Thank you very much.
All right, King Tonga will be back with more TNT. Stay with us, and we'll take you to Fuji General Hospital. All right, back with more TNT. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps you were with us last week when Mr. Morocco was extolling his virtues about his unlimited abilities, including acting abilities. And as a result of that, earlier on, we had Mr. Morocco and Mr. Fuji here in a soap opera skit, if you would, entitled, of all things, Fuji General. In any event, would you now please welcome, once again, as we did last week, Mr. Fuji and the magnificent Morocco. Well.
Well.
How do you feel about the way that...
Well, we've been set up. It's obvious we have great talent, we have great ability. You take a fourth-rate B director, a seventh-rate C script, and you put it on 2 stars like Mr. Food. We trusted you. We went along with the fact that you were going to give us some credible material, some Brandoish type, something with a little meat in it, something with a little substance. And we had this clown who thinks he's a director. Who knows? He probably spends part-time collecting garbage or something else. He had no business on the set with the talent that myself and Mr. Fuji have. It was embarrassing. It was.
So what we're about to see, you're not proud of then?
I'm proud of my talent.
And this does not reflect your talent.
I just wasn't. So there was no supporting cast. There can be a star, but then when there's nothing in foundation,
all right,
what are you going to do?
let's take you now to Fuji General.
Okay, we're all set. Quiet on the set. Let's do the best we can and make this thing work.
Dr. Shapiro.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Nurse Peacock.
Please report to the fourth floor conference room.
Why didn't you return my calls?
Well, you have gone back to your wife, haven't you? Answer me, Doctor.
Louise, what's this doctor business? Call me Norman. I've been thinking about you lately. That's why I went back to Monique. I knew you wouldn't understand, but it all makes sense. Don't you see I love you?
Your logic escapes me.
If you only knew the pain I've been going through. But despite it all, I know one thing, I love you.
You have a funny way of showing it.
You're cute when you're mad. Remember up in the mountains when you got mad because it rained all weekend? I never saw you look prettier until now. I've got to stop. I know I'm only making it worse.
Cut! Please, cut. 39 years I've been a director. Mr. Morocco, you're not in the wrestling ring. A little finesse. Now, I know you're not an actor. You know you're not an actor. She knows you're not an actor. But why do we have to convince them? A little tenderness, a little love, a little expression. Try it. Keep going.
Louise, kiss me, and we'll be back in the mountains again.
Nurse Peacock, Dr. Morocco, what is going on around here? I'm surprised at you two. You're both well aware of the standards of the hospital. There's no place for such nonsense. Dr. Morocco, when I think of all the time and energy I've trained you.
Oh, no, Doctor. It was my fault. I started it.
I don't want to hear your confession. I want you to check your patient. You probably don't have the time when you're both occupied.
Yes, we were foolish, but we didn't neglect our duties. I checked on Mr. Webster only a few minutes ago.
Hello, Doc. He's right. Doing fine.
Good boy. You come a long way. I'm proud of you. Despite your lack of attention, it's a miracle. This man is doing so well. With the care I've been giving him, now let me catch you two again. Dr. Morocco, when I think of your poor wife at home while you carry on with her.
Why, the nerve! Get out of here this minute!
No one tells the chief of staff what to do. Nurse Peacock, you are fired.
No, Doc, don't do that.
Do you believe it? And you just stood there.
I had my career to think about. If I told them what I really thought, it would be all wrong. Don't you see? Don't make me explain.
Cut! 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 You have your career to think about. I have my career to think about. How about trying to act? A little tenderness, a little love, a little affection. Stop being a wrestler for a while. Act!
That was love. That was a move.
Take it.
There's the look I love so much. And you do love me, or you wouldn't have taken it for me, like you did at the nurse's station. Now prove you love me with a kiss.
Go home and kiss your wife.
You know I'd only be thinking of you. She doesn't understand me. I can't be myself with you. I need you, Louise. We've got so much going for us. Don't let that fact that I'm going back to my wife spoil a good thing for both of us.
Do you ever stop and listen to yourself? You don't make sense.
It's your face and your lips that have me so confused. You'll understand someday, maybe not today, but it'll be all clear soon. You got to know I love you. Now kiss me and let me go home with a smile on my face.
Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Forget about it! What are you trying to do? Kill me too? Put me in a bed with him? What are you? You're a wrestler, that's what you are. You're not a... I would know talent, I know. Oh, wait a minute, I don't need anything from you. I didn't ask for any Chinese. You are
Put Peter and Gordon on hold. Am I getting a raise? I want a raise.
That was Bennett Randall. What are you talking about? That goes to show. Hey, what's wrong with that goof over there? Give him a jab with your cane.
What's the matter? You think funny? It's serious business. It's serious.
And you know talent, right? Cecil B. DeMille?
Oh, my goodness. That was the worst.
That guy couldn't direct traffic.
I've ever seen in my life.
That's the funniest.
Oh, do you think that's funny?
Mr. Morocco, we thank you for joining us on TNT. I think you've definitely shown the world exactly how much talent you and Mr. Fuji really have.
Well,
thank
you
very
knew
much.
talent.
Bye. Thank you. Back with more TNT, and in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, you speak of some of the awesome forces in the WWF, and this man's name comes to mind. We'll introduce you to him now. He was to have been here with his manager, Jimmy Hart, but unfortunately he is accompanied for some unknown reason by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Would you welcome Mr. Heenan, along with King Kong Bundy. Why? Is Mr. Hart on vacation? Why are you here?
It's none of anybody's business why I'm here right now. First of all, when I'm introduced, I'd like to be introduced as Manager of the Year.
Weasel?
And I'd like the audience to be quiet out here while I'm talking.
Oh, yeah.
And another thing, what I'm doing with Mr. Bundy, the people will find out down the road. Forget what you've heard about the transaction of money taking place. Forget what you've heard about wrestlers' contracts being shifted,
So
trades being made.
Are you his manager then?
I don't want to go into that right now. There's other things I'd like to discuss with you. Everybody will find out later what Bobby Heenan has come up with.
Okay, well, one thing you have come up with involves something that happened in Toronto, Canada. Let's take you now to the videotape footage of Bobby the Brain Heenan, King Kong Bundy in Toronto, Canada. Let's go to the footage.
Bobby the Brain has given the giant stud a huge, that's the biggest pair of scissors I've ever seen. Holy man, look out, Andre's got it. Andre's grabbed the wrist. What a dangerous situation, he's biting it. Oh. He dropped the scissors. Andre with a headbutt and a chop. Come on, referee, pick up those shows. Look at the Brain. Heenan's in the ring. Brain went after the scissors and he got it. Referee finally picking him up. Andre is hot. Big right hand as the referee stands there. And this capacity crowd on feet. Oh. He slammed him. Andre just slammed Big John Studd and now he's got the scissors. Look at this, he's gonna try to cut his hair. This is despicable. Look out, King Kong Bundy. Here comes Bundy. King Kong Bundy, Pearl Harbored, Andre from behind. Pandemonium broken loose here in Maple Leaf Gardens. Andre the Giant now with chops on King Kong Bundy. Tackled by Big John Studd. No! Wham! Wow! Whoa! What a splash by King Kong Bundy. He's giving him another one. Oh, my God. Come on, referee, do something even if it's wrong. The referee has no control. There's no way he's going to stop Bundy or Studd. Big John Studd holding the legs of Andre the Giant while King Kong Bundy continually splashes him. Oh, another one. That's 3 or 4 of them. Rick McGraw into the ring. We got wrestlers coming in from everywhere to relax. Total pandemonium. Killer Bees out there. Now Big John Studd over the top rope and out. Cousin Junior in there. The Giant has been hurt. What a double team effort by Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. Disqualifies Big John Studd. Obviously, they've been disqualified, but how about the permanent damage they've inflicted on Andre the Giant? Well, I'll tell you what, in my opinion, Bundy arrived just in the nick of time before you talk about your despicable haircuts. King Kong Bundy had no business whatsoever out there. Bobby the Brain Heenan coming into the ring with the scissors. He had no business doing that. In the meantime, Andre holding his sternum, still flat on his back.
We're happy to say that that was some time ago, and Andre apparently is just about ready to step back into the squared circle. He suffered apparently a cracked sternum. Nonetheless, Andre is all right, but you came very, very close of putting that man completely out of business, King Kong Bundy.
You know, McMahon, that was a beautiful piece of footage. How about that foot splash, Bobby? When you gave me that little extra bit of momentum to come down on that much harder, you know? Andre the Giant, everybody says he's coming back, but I don't think he's coming back, McMahon. I think I put him out of professional wrestling.
Well, I'll tell you, Hillbilly Jim's definitely coming back. Perhaps you heard what he said when you were in the green room.
Oh, I heard that. You know, Andre will be back. So will Hillbilly Jim, because they don't know when to quit. They're that dumb. But they're not coming back 100% healthy. That's to our advantage. And I'm tired of Hillbilly Jim and the likes of him trying to make a fool out of me. I won that Manager of the Year thing fair and square.
You what?
I won it fair and square.
You know, it was already decided the trophy was in the man's hand, and that hayseed has to go sticking his nose in Bobby's business, and it's not going to happen anymore.
The last thing's gonna happen to me is some jive cab driver with rubber bands in his face from New York City and some hick that spends his whole life in a barn with a broom sweeping behind cows and farm chickens and stuff like that is gonna humiliate me on national television. I had those votes pledged to me, I'm the Manager of the Year. And I warned everybody. Anybody who wants to get in my way of the Bobby Heenan family, you saw what happens. Andre was carried out. Hillbilly Jim was carried out. There's gonna be a lot more people carried out because I'm the Manager of the Year.
All right, Bobby the Brain Heenan along with King Kong Bundy will be back as we continue with more TNT. Stay with us if you would. Still more action to head your way. To bring you up to date, Roddy Piper will indeed be the host, and Alfred's going to be here to kind of hold things down. And in addition to Roddy Piper, we'll have Bobby the Brain Heenan, Captain Louis Albano, also a guest, which would be most interesting, the Junkyard Dog, Uncle Elmer, Cousin Junior, and Cowboy Bob Orton. But with us now, along with Lord Alfred Hayes, is Irving...
if I could just interpose a moment, I'd rather not be on that Roddy Piper fiasco, because I hold a lot of grudges against Piper still. He never really did apologize to me, which he was supposed to have done. I dropped cases against him. He's an odious person, and he is an oaf, and I don't want to be around him.
I think that's perfectly...
So I'd like to beg off that, if I may.
Absolutely, perfectly justified. Roddy Piper will have, I'm sure, his own co-host. Horst. It could very well be Horst.
Yes, you're right.
Speaking of which, joining us now, and thank you very much for coming back, but Irving Rappaport, you saw him earlier on attempting to direct what was I guess, your most unusual piece.
Vince, what have you got against me? I really want to know. You tell me you're going to give me two people who have performed before thousands of people.
They have.
I get these two schlock people who walk in and nearly raise my blood pressure 10 points. Now, you saw it. Am I exaggerating? Is this acting? This is nonsense.
Well, I guess Fuji was maybe a little worse than Morocco.
Come on, all he needs is somebody to say, hey, Pop, I'm your #1 son. That's ridiculous. We're back to Charlie Chan in 1935.
But they put them on a special program that goes out
They
to
were.
millions.
They were on Search for Tomorrow.
Well, maybe it's Search for Tomorrow, but it didn't happen today. I mean, I've won 1 Emmy. I've had a nomination for 2 Academy Awards. You know the work I've done. I was at Warner Brothers, at Vitagraph. 39 years in the business, and you present me with 2 bobos that come out and make hash out of a perfectly good script, 2 marvelous actors, to say nothing of the time invested in the money. What do you accomplish with something like that?
Well, let me ask you this. What do you feel, do you think it's going to have an adverse effect on your career?
What career? I think effectively I'm out of the business. 39 years ago I was in the mailroom. That's where I'm going to end up tomorrow. I'll be back in the mailroom. They'll say, how are you, Irv? It's nice to see you. Where were you over the weekend? The 39 years are finished.
Oh, I don't think that's that great.
Alfred, be sensible. Who in the right mind is going to give me a job directing now? Here, you want this?
No.
You're now in the direction business.
Please.
Don't you feel, however, that everyone in the business will understand the lack of talent you had to work with?
If they have any modicum of sense, if they look at this thing, they'll say to themselves, this is a gag, this is a joke. Irv Rappaport, he's putting this out for his own use. It's going to be in his portfolio, I hope. But anybody who sees that and says, this is an Irving Rappaport production? My name on something like that? Vince, would you want your name on it? Alfred, would you want your name on it?
No, I certainly...
Well, that's how I feel about it.
But you don't have to have your name. Take your name off.
I certainly shall. I certainly shall remove my name.
We apologize if we've caused you any problems whatsoever.
It's not the problem you've caused me. You can perpetrate this on the American public. People like this, not only no talent, but they can't even read a line. What are we doing to something like this? Are we allowing ourselves to bring this junk into the living room of people?
All right, well, nonetheless, Roddy Piper will be your host next week on TNT.
Well, I hope we do something better next